Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
What's going on, my people? I'm so excited. This is my first time on YouTube Live. Okay, so I'm a newbie at this, so we're gonna see how it goes. Not as far as speaking, but just for using the software that I'm using today to get this done. So I'm so excited to be talking with you. I got my brother from We All Be TV, Ron Hurt II, joining me. He got some questions he want to ask me. For some reason, he wants to talk to me about some things, and we both have some topics that we want to kind of bring up that we've been talking about amongst each other, and we just want to hear your thoughts about them as well. So thank you guys for joining me. Go grab a friend, tell them to join us. But let me bring in Mr. Ron Hurt II. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Boom.
Still living dangerous, Sister Kera.
I'm trying my best, Brother Ron. I'm trying my best.
That's good. Excellent. Good to see you on this Sunday.
Good to see you.
That's cool. You've been well rested, got that Florida sunshine. I got to ask you about the Black Conference with Dr. Boyce Watkins. Heard you played a pivotal role in some of the introduction duties, I think emceeing.
Yes, I did.
About that?
I emceed.
Okay, how was it?
It was good. It was good. But before we get into that, Ron, let's let the people know exactly where they are. So you know what we got to hit them with, right?
Yeah, the theme, right?
Yeah, you know how it goes. Love it when you talk that talk. Hey.
Yep.
Okay, there we go, baby. Okay, so you want to know about Dr. Boyce's B1, the Black Business School. Wait, I gotta make sure I say it right. The Black Business School All Black National Convention 2021. That's what it is. Bam.
That's what it is.
It was good. What exactly do you want to know? You just want me to give a summation, or
I'd like to get your thoughts about you participated and also you was there observing things, or you made some key connections, or you met people for the first time. I believe that you interviewed on your wonderful Kera Dangerous platform. So there, just give us like a summation.
Okay, well, as you know, I had Dr. Boyce Watkins on my show last season, Kera Dangerous Talk. Mm-hmm. We had a great conversation. We hit it off. That was our first time speaking to each other. Good show, good brother. He invited me down to the conference in Champions Gate, Florida, basically Orlando, at the Omni Resort. Beautiful hotel. Not cheap to stay there, though. So this is something that if you want to go next year, you have to invest in yourself. And put the money aside to have this wonderful experience. But it was worth it, to get out and be amongst people that have collective consciousness as far as wanting to unify Black people and see us do well. So they had a lot of different speakers. I'm probably not going to be able to name all of them off the top of my head. I'm not even going to try. But if you pay attention to Dr. Boyce's page, he posted all the people that he had there speaking, but some of the big names was Nuri Muhammad, Angela Stanton King, Reza Islam. We had some other doctors speaking on some things, holistic. People was there selling products, a lot of vendors. They had I feel like I'm missing somebody important. They had, I just tell you, they had an award show while I was down there, giving back to the people who, done well over the past year, giving back to the community. and whatnot. Had some financial advisors there, which makes sense. So that's what Voice does. Had some people speaking on Black people needing to make sure you know how to defend yourself. So I thought that was important. And just the food, and like you said, I MC the beginning of the conference, the convention, and it was basically the barbecue. We had to have it indoors because it was a chance of rain. It was cold in Florida, believe it or not, Ron. It was really cold. I had brought a lot of shorts and only one pair of jeans. I don't know what I was thinking, but those jeans got a lot of work out of them. So I tell you that that purchase, it won't go for vain. And I had a lot of little off to the side conversations with a couple of people that really what made the conference for me. It's funny because when you go to some of these things like this, it'll be some of the moments that maybe you didn't even think of that really stands out to you. And let me stop saying conference, but convention. Just personal little conversations that I had with people, and just seeing where they are in their life and their goals and dreams, and just motivating each other are some of the best parts about it to me. Meeting a lot of the vendors, because again, I was there for my new show that's coming out soon, Kera Dangerous Outside, where I go to different businesses and I interview the business owners or do interviews in person, one-on-one interviews. So I was able to shoot a lot of good film of the event, which I will post at some point. I can't say when, but at some point you will be able to see inside of the convention and see kind of some of the things that went on. I mean, I have to tell you, Ron, at one part of the award ceremony, they had a band come in and they hit. I mean, you know what Black folks got to do? They got to do the Soul Train line, and I do have Dr. Boyce and his wife on the Soul Train line. So, and some other funny people that people will recognize, and I think people enjoy it once they see it. And I think from speaking with the different people I was able to get on camera, I think more than that, most people had a great time. I didn't bump into anybody who was having a bad time. So I think mission accomplished by Dr. Boyce Watkins.
That's cool. I know you saw my dance for. So I saw the clip of Rizza Islam getting down.
Oh man!
And I look at Al Sharpton. If you're an activist, you got to be able to dance, and that's the key to being an activist. The ability to move, not only move the crowd, but helping moves yourself.
You know what? I don't know, because I'm very stiff. If God didn't give me that talent, I mean, I will dance, but it's not a pretty sight. You know what I mean?
Really?
But what I tell you, Ron, the thing that I learned is, when I was watching Rizza, it just brought a smile to my face. And hopefully he doesn't think I have a crush on him or anything, but I just stand back and look at him because I'm so enamored with the fact that he's in his 20s. He's so well read. He knows his stuff. He has a great presence. He wants to help people. You could tell he's comfortable in his skin, and I think that's the most attractive thing. He was out there dancing, and some of the moves you didn't see, but he was doing the cha-cha-cha, and I'm like, this brother is just, he's good with who he is. Right. And it made me think about myself. Like, I probably would be shy to just be the main one out there dancing and everybody's looking at you. But this brother, he jumped right into the middle. Everybody was looking at him. So I guess the center just became him. And he was out there doing his thing. And now I could tell from the way he danced how he's able to be a leader of men. I mean, you see the clips of him with the Nation of Islam, and he's helping the young men learn discipline and lining them up in their marching. And I can see how he's able to do that. Very confident, but it doesn't come off egotistical. Just a good example of a good young man trying to do well.
That's excellent. That's cool. Yeah. So what was the highlight for you? I mean, at the convention?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's crazy because I was so excited to meet Angela Stanton King. Angela Stanton King, I just think she's so smart. Not that I agree with everything she says, but to me, she's a big figure as far as being a Black woman, somebody who just speaks their mind. And, like I was telling her, I think sometimes people can see that as being aggressive, but I can just see her passion. And I just bumped into her and we exchanged numbers, and I just thought that was cool. She was so welcoming. You know, she's very down to earth, and it was good to see that somebody I could watch who's such a big social influencer, and somebody who's been in politics was so down to earth and nice to meet. So I think that was good. And just Dr. Boyce, you know, people can feel however they want to feel about him, but he's a great dude in my opinion. Very warm, helpful. And you can tell that he wants to do something to help the people, and he does. So he talks the talk, he walks the walk, and he's like a little teddy bear when you see him too. He's like a little cute teddy bear. No offense to his wife, but he's like a little cute teddy bear. So
it's getting cold outside, so it's good to help teddy bear. It's getting cold outside, so you cuddle the teddy bear, huh?
No, not like that. But I'm just saying, you know, he's cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's good. That's good to hear. I mean, it's good. We need to talk about these things. I saw some people who went to the convention on their social media platforms talk a little bit about the convention, how they felt a connection with the people there. It was good to reconnect with Black folks, kind of like a reaffirming experience that you're on the right path. And everybody, you know, you're not by yourself. You're not isolated. You got a network you can access of people doing some of the same stuff you're doing, having some of the same goals that you have, having the same type of vision in some ways. So that's great to hear.
Yeah, you know what else too? Nuri Muhammad. You know, I haven't always been into his stuff, but that's a very smart man, cute as well. He's very smart, and
he's a teddy bear, or he's just cute.
He's just a little cutie. He's just a little cutie. So
from Naptown.
Yeah. He's very intelligent, and he spoke about a part of the convention was about how to love the Black woman and how to love the Black man. And I tell you, they asked for questions from the audience, and you could tell it was some people who have been through so much in trying to find a decent relationship. And my heart went out to this one lady who was in her 60s, and she stood up and she said, "Ron," she said, "Why don't the men want me?" She's like, "I haven't had a man in 12 years. And everyone in the building laughed, and I felt a little bad for her, but I didn't pity her. But what I did was I walked up to the line, and I saw her, I gave her a hug, and I just gave her some words of encouragement and told her how I thought it was. But that's just to give you an example of like some of the things they were talking about beyond finance and holistic wellness and things of that nature.
Oh, that's good. Pretty. I mean, like, was the woman kind of she good looking woman, or she like she was 60?
Oh, I mean, she was 60, but she wasn't a bad looking woman. But I think the better thing is the reason why she was single. You know, she just feel like, you know, what's going on with the Black men. So I mean, of course, when you say something like that, that just enlists so many other opinions and so many other questions. And so they basically had to stop the questions and said we'll have little breakout sessions where you can ask the questions. But
yeah, I hope she got some that weekend. I hope she got her some. At least some, you know, something.
But you know, I don't immediately hear just sex. Sometimes people just want that intimacy with somebody, and that can just be a phone call. That can just be knowing that you can pick up and call somebody who the opposite sex who cares about you, or what, no matter what your sexuality is. Sometimes you just want somebody that you can be intimate with other than just having sex. It may just be some companionship that this lady was wanting. And my heart went out to her for that. You know, I mean, a lot of people laugh, but once you start tearing out those layers of just what she was saying, I think the issue became much deeper.
It is something to be able to be that comfortable in that situation, to confess something like that. So, like, I mean, I saw Brother Nuri about 10 years ago in Memphis speak. I mean, he's like an ageless wonder. I don't know how old the brother really is. Like he about 20 something. I don't know. He probably 50. On Nation Brothers, they take good care of themselves.
Yeah, they do take good care of themselves. I'm trying to think of another thing I could tell you about the event. So we got the award shows, everyone dressed up nice. I mean, you could imagine a room full of Black people who dressing up. The women looked awesome, the men looked great. I mean, it was almost like Easter Sunday, you know. Everybody had on their finest, and they just enjoyed the atmosphere. That was a family band there who's partially signed to Rock Nation. I want to make sure I give you the right name because you guys have to check them out. They were just simply amazing. They brought to this convention just they were the spirit of the convention, of everything I think that Dr. Boyce wanted to kind of have everybody feel.
Okay.
They are called Infinity Song.
Oh.
Okay, it's 3 sisters and 2 brothers. One plays the guitar, one sings. I believe 2 of the sisters plays the guitar. Just phenomenal. Just really great. Infinity Song. Please go look them up. You'll see them on that episode of Kara Dangerous Outside when I put it out. But definitely a band you want to check out. Their dad, he takes them around the country and they tour. And just to see what their father was able to do with those children. There's so many of them. It's even more children outside of the band. so I think it's 5 of them in the band, and then I think they got either 2 or 3 more siblings. So
it's like the New Jackson 5 or something.
Yeah, but
I'm
telling. I mean, they just brought it. They brought the house down. I'm telling you, Ron, brought the house down.
That is excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to the Kara Dangerous Outside series coming. When do you think it's going to be premiering? You got a date?
Well, I thought I would premiere it, maybe this month, but I may be putting it a little back now. I just wanted to kind of go live to kind of make a couple of announcements, Ron. So thank you for bringing it up. So if you see the logo up here next to your head, it says Kara Dangerous Live. Yeah. So Kara Dangerous Live is basically just me going live on YouTube and other outlets live. So basically YouTube. So I'm gonna still give you those intimate interviews you get from Kara Dangerous Talk, but with a twist. A lot of times for these interviews, I may even have a performance. And I'm really excited about that because I want people to get to know artists. I want people to get to know these people that come on the show. Because like I told you in the beginning, it's all about learning and seeing history and knowing that people of color, we are important, and just being inspired by others.
All right. Excellent.
So the first Kara Dangerous live show is November 17th at 7 p.m. November 17th. If you look on the YouTube community page, you'll see the flyer for it. If you're in tune to Kara Dangerous on Instagram, you will see the flyers for it. Live performance and interview from a guitarist, producer, Marcus Machado. This brother can get down, Ron. He's in a band with Pharoah Monch, and he rocks out, and he has his own music. So you guys are in for a treat.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to that.
And also, you want to know some more exciting news, Ron?
Yes, please. Pray tell.
Okay, you see this T-shirt I have on. Everybody's been asking me about this T-shirt. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Ron, do you know what this T-shirt says?
This is no cooning.
So everybody that's a part of my channel, I know you are against the cooning. Now, I talked to somebody about this. Cooning, okay, is, I believe we have to say it's a verb. It's cooning, okay? So basically, you may know a person who isn't a coon all the time, but sometimes they are. Okay, so we know people like that, right? And this is all this is saying. We are anti-cooning, okay? Anti-cooning. Here's the mascot right here. You see, this is a little man coon. We got the females coming soon, but this is going to be a unisex shirt. This will be on the Kara Dangerous Talk website, which will probably be launching tomorrow, but we'll be launching next week. These shirts are $25 plus shipping. Okay, and you can get them right now in black or white. $25. Come on, guys, you got it. Represent the brand. If you look on the shirt, you go a little bit lower right there, you'll see the Kara Dangerous Talk logo. So you representing the show that you love, and you're telling folks stop the cooning. It looks bad on you.
Oh yeah, but that look good on you and look good on other people. So you wore that shirt during the convention weekend?
Yes, I did.
What was the response? What was the feedback?
Well, people loved it. I already got some people who wanting to buy the shirt. Dr. Boyce has a shirt. He laughed when he saw it. He showed it to his wife. But look, what I preach to y'all all the time. We got enemies on both sides, okay?
Yeah.
And they are no friend to us. We just got to be real about it. This shirt is a statement on its own.
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna give me one or two of them. I know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ron.
Appreciate you. That's excellent.
Yes.
So I mean, like, what else you want? I mean, like you said, the convention was a success, and that you made some powerful connections and impressions on people. So
Okay.
anything else?
Oh, I just want to let people to know still have the show coming back on Never Level TV right now. We're on a break.
Okay.
And season 3 will be coming back. I don't have the air date for season 3 yet on Never Level TV, but if you haven't, which you should, because you're on this channel, you should have already downloaded the Never Level TV app. It's on your Roku and Fire TV. And we're touching a lot of people in different places with that: Australia, England, Africa, Jamaica, here in the US. You want to tap into that. There's plenty of episodes up that you can see full on your TV. Okay. So we'll be coming back with a bigger season 3, more great guests at some point. But in the meantime, Ron, I want you and everybody to support this new venture with Kera Dangerous Live. Like I said, I'm bringing you live performances and also Kera Dangerous Outside. It's going to be a whole new different spin on things. Same great content, just a little twist.
That sounds excellent. Like you're on the right path here. Alex, I'm looking forward to season 3. Hoping you could reconnect with Sister Jane Elliott. Looking forward to that showdown, whatever that may be.
You know, I may bring Jane Elliott on YouTube Live or Kera Dangerous Live, but I want to make sure we have plenty of people coming in and watching. But we're definitely going to do that. I'm in contact with her. We're ready to go. I'm going to bring that show to y'all. I'm going to make sure I bring it. A lot of people want to see that show.
Oh, yeah, this will be interesting.
Yeah.
Give her perspective. She's a unique person.
Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. So, Ron, before we get out of here, I want to know, and I appreciate you coming on just to make these announcements with me. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Joe Biden and this immigration, why can't we get reparations? But he still wants to give a couple of $100,000. I mean, the numbers have changed of the amount he wants to give. But I posted a video on YouTube Shorts of what I'm talking about, guys.
Yeah.
And I also posted it to the Kera Dangerous Instagram page. And he basically says that whether people came across the border legally or illegal, he wants to give them money if they lost a child. Now, that's a horrible situation. But illegally, see, the thing is, they always have funds for everything. And I hear some people who want to just try to make excuses for Democrats. See, I'm not worried about making excuses for Democrats or Republicans. I'm worried about what we're going to do to help the people. Okay. Because my thing is, you got money for everything else. People are saying, well, oh, didn't they sue? They sued to make this happen. I mean, as Black people, what do we have to do to get what we deserve?
That's good.
Are you there, Ron?
Yeah, I'm listening. The problem is that Black folks love white people too much. That's the problem. That's the only problem, really. We don't love ourselves at all. We don't like ourselves, but we love white folks at all costs. And that goes against universal law of nature. Law of nature is self-preservation. That's the number one law of nature. And when you don't love yourself enough to preserve and protect and defend yourself, this is the type of stuff you get. So the number one problem with Black folks is Black folks love white folks too much. That's about it. Once we stop, I know that stuff. That's really the problem, because every time I look at it, whether it be Black Wall Street, you rebuild, these folks destroyed your neighborhood, destroyed your family and businesses, did not get any type of insurance payouts, but they got paid out for the bullets and guns they use against you to destroy and your family. And yet you still want to live next door to these people. You still want to do business with these people. You still want to show these damn receipts. Come on, look at the atrocities. The devil is only qualified to give you hell. The devil has done his job. You want to beg the devil for mercy in heaven? You insane. So the problem with Black folks, you love white folks too much to hold them accountable for any damn thing.
Wow.
That's the problem. That's it. Ain't no arguments. Ain't no fucking, you don't need no lawsuits. We've been suing. You look at what they done to us. Why you going to court where they disrespect your rights as a human being? Look, the Supreme Court Chief Justice told Dred Scott in the decision that you have no rights, you nor your descendants. I mean, all of us, we are in spirit related to Dred Scott, who's buried right outside of Ferguson. You know your descendants have any rights that the white man is bound to respect by law. You don't even have any intellectual property rights. Look at Summer Walker. She's still a slave. We already went through with Bo Diddley and Prince and Little Richard. All them went through all that, and you still doing the same BS.
Have you been paying attention to Summer Walker? Not to talk about something else.
Contract. I'm like, look, Meek Mill said he haven't got paid off his rap.
Mm-hmm.
No, Summer Walker signed that slave deal.
Yes.
And you got too many examples of us doing this all the time. Why you keep on doing the same mistakes? That means we not students and stewards of history. That means we are gluttons for punishment. We love to be punished.
And let me tell you something,
disrespected.
Everybody knows I've done music in the past, and even before I was at a point where I could afford a lawyer, and they're still expensive to this day.
Right, of course they are.
Let's say if somebody would have handed me a contract at 17. Even if I didn't have a lawyer on my side or on my team to even speak with, I would have heard by now all the things I need to be aware of. But, I almost feel bad. Should I feel bad in saying maybe some people just don't know? But isn't it enough information out there?
Well, you look at it this way.
Or does it matter how you grow up? I don't know, because I would think you would know. They may try to screw me in this document.
No, here's the thing. I'll give you 2 examples. But I shout out to my sister. She passed the Universal Bar. She found out on Friday. So my sister is Esquire now.
Oh, that's excellent.
She never gave her she passed Universal Bar. I mean, she could practice in most of the states in America. But anyway, I got 2 examples to deal with that with the lawyers. Dave Chappelle just got the rights back to his show, the namesake Chappelle Show. But he talked about it in that stand-up he did to talk about how they took his rights. He had a lawyer, a so-called lawyer for him, and he saw that word, we call it impertuity or imperturbity, whatever that, forever and ever, right? And he still signed on the dotted line. They said we could use your stuff forever and ever. And Dave Chappelle came from a very educated family of professors. Both his parents were college professors. His great-grandfather was a bishop and also a college president at A.L.L University in South Carolina. So he came from a very educated background, and he heard what the word said in the contract. He had a lawyer, but the lawyer said it's okay to sign it away. Same thing. I talked to Eric Monty. You might not know Eric Monty, who he is. He wrote the screenplay for Cooley High. That's based on his life. He was the guy who created Good Times, and also he's the guy who created the Cosby Show, really. And he sued Norman Lear and Hollywood for how they were, he feel like he got violated in his contract, right? And how they were trying to destroy the image of the black family, because it was Eric Monte and others that advocated that there be a James Evan, that there be a father figure in Good Times. They're gonna make Esther Roll a single parent, but they advocated for a black man to be in the home. So he tried to find a lawyer in the country to take on this case. Nobody will hardly touch it. He went to the NAACP and Jesse Jackson. Nobody wanted to touch it. Look, they're trying to destroy the black family through the media. So he finally got a lawyer, and the lawyer still was on the other team because you got to do business in that town. He didn't want to get blackballed. The lawyer did. So he got a settlement for about $1 million. And he went through, he did a play, I believe he financed and lost money. He had a lot of hard luck. He became homeless on Skid Row out in LA, had a lot of medical problems, had a series of strokes. And he was born on Christmas Day. I talked to him maybe about 10 years ago on my show. Could hardly understand what he was saying, but I understood what he was saying. Because all the strokes, it's amazing he's still alive. So, man, you got those type of instances where, like, what Dr. Cosby told us, we're not allowed to tell our stories at the Hollywood level. Once our stories get to that level, we kind of sideline or marginalize or made invisible. But even you look at some stuff like I saw that cowboy movie that Jay-Z helped finance, The Harder They Fall, or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's right. He did. I sort of watched that last night or the night before.
Yeah.
I was paying attention to some parts I wasn't because I was doing something. But the parts I did see was really good.
I like it overall. I think it's like, we needed one since Posse. I think the last good black cowboy movie I saw was Posse. That was almost 30 years ago. Melvin Van Peebles was involved, Big Daddy Kane, all that stuff. But people complain about how you use historical figure names like Nat Love and Rufus Buck and Cherokee Bill and Stagecoach Mary. But people was complaining that the sister who starred in Atlanta TV show, she didn't look right to play Stagecoach Mary. First of all, it's Hollywood. It's a fictionalized story. Those are real names, but the story is not real. But what it should encourage black folks to do is to do your research on the real Stagecoach Mary and Nat Love and Bill Pickett and Cherokee Bill and Rufus Buck and James P. Beckworth. It shouldn't care, but we lack the intellectual curiosity to find out who we really are. So I feel it's BS that people want to hide behind we're natives and Indians. You want anything but the truth. You don't want to know who you really are. You want to hide behind bullshit to make you feel good. Sometimes knowing the truth ain't gonna make you feel good, but it's gonna make you feel better. You know, so like my thing is, I love the holiday. I love the concept of it, but you know, just take a look. It's all online. Do the research about Rufus Buck because Idris Elba played him. I think Idris Elba is about 49 or 50. The actual Rufus Buck only lived to be like 21 years old. And Cherokee Bill probably was 20 years old. But like for every Jesse James and Billy the Kid, if you learn about the truth about who we are, our people are more impressive than their people. They talk about Wyatt Earp, but Bass Reeves was a bad mamma jamma, a U.S. Marshal who brought in sometimes 20 outlaws into Fort Smith, Arkansas by himself. Never got shot. He never got a wound. This man he even brought in his own son. When his son killed his wife, Bass Reeves by himself brought in his own son. That could be a movie by itself. You know, but we don't want to know the truth about our people, man. But we've been lied to for so long. We just be comfortable with a lie. Anything to be around white folks. You know, they never taught me black history in school. Critical race theory, we need critical race thinking.
Where did that word come from, Ron? It's just like I woke up
white people. Who came over African American?
I'm telling you.
Bullshit.
I woke up one morning. I'm like, okay, it's our history now. It's critical race theory. I never heard of that before.
It's bullshit theory. It's just trying to get folks to have drag queens teach your kids how to read at the library. Everything is being used. Black folks have been used as a Trojan horse for everybody's agendas for about the last at least 60 years. Well, everybody uses black folks. Like even with the gay rights movement at the Stonewall uprising, they told a lie about that. The reason why them cops were busting them gay clubs was because they were selling alcohol illegally. All them gay clubs in New York was controlled by the mob. It had nothing to do with gay rights. Yeah, you selling alcohol illegally, we're gonna bust your ass like it's Prohibition Day. Where your fucking license. So they make it about everything but the right thing. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I plan on making a video about that movement, the LGBTQ, because I've been giving a lot of thought. So I won't really put out what I'm going to say on that, but I do agree with you. A lot of things are just being missaid right now. You know, they're making everything about sex, and that's not what it should be about. You know,
like the movie Internals. They using that black dude from Atlanta to do a Trojan horse to make, you know, same-sex marriages and, you know, same-sex raising families. Like, you know I'm talking about the guy from Atlanta. He played the lead in the Marvel, whatever movie, The Eternals.
I do know about the Eternals, but I have not watched. But I know that is a hot series that a lot of people. I actually just popped up on my feed yesterday, so I definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but the guy from Atlanta, he wore a dress at one of these award shows. I mean, it's like they always co-opting black folks for this BS, man. I'm not knocking the gay lifestyle, people like that, but I'm tired of you using black pain to exploit for other people's gains. And black folks so goddamn silly. Excuse me, I don't mean to curse. People are so silly. Biden is Calvin Candy. And black folks, for the most part, we the Uncle Stevens and Aunt Stephanies. Because you love white folks at all costs, boss. Y'all love white folks at all. That's the only problem. Black folks love white folks too much. That's it.
Well, Ron, do you
think that's the only problem? That's it.
So because black people, in your opinion, love white people too much, that keeps them from acting out on things that they...
Yeah, because like if you look, what's really stopping you from being you? Nothing but your imagination and will.
Is it love? Is it love for them or is it fear?
Fear is a form of love. Hate is a form of love.
Okay.
Anytime you obsess over people, when I wake up, I don't think about white folks that much. But you hear the way they tell our history, I'm always, I feel so down and out. Shit, I might get some pussy today. Hell, I feel down out there. Oh, I'm so low, beat down. White folks got me beaten down. I don't feel like that. I don't think like that. I hardly deal with white folks every day, but I bet I got more white friends than black folks that do deal with white people every day. And whatever that friend mean don't mean the same to me. The only white friend I know of was John Brown. He killed his sons for black people. So I don't know any white folks like that.
Run real quick. Nora Neal is asking, could we explain critical race theory? I felt like you did, But if you just Google what it means, it's a framework of analysis and an academic movement of civil rights scholars and activists who seek to examine the intersection of race and law in the United States and to challenge mainstream American liberal approaches to racial injustice.
We need uncivil rights leaders. These niggas too compliant. Excuse me, these Negroes are too compliant. Civil means you domesticated. They broke your ass. You a butt broken coon. Are you good enough to wear a coon? You just make you a coonskin cap out of you. You're broken. All that civil my ass. You can't get nothing being polite and refined. The smartest people in the world curse a lot, and they just. Man, Einstein used to wear pajamas to black tie events. Look at his damn hair. And he's smart. Y'all Negroes up here trying to impress folks that don't give a damn about you. You're not even an afterthought, let alone a thought in their mind. They don't give a damn about you. Y'all too busy concerned about them. Is he a racist? They all racist. They all racist. They all racist. They don't. Now, there's some black folks that's white supremacists. All racists ain't white supremacists. You know, they are coons. But I'm saying, like, you know, the thing about it is black folks love white folks too much. That's the only problem. That's all the problem. You love them more than you love yourself.
I mean, you start talking about the revolution and black folks start getting scared, boy.
I come from people that revolutionary. That's in my bloodline. Like Julian Mayfield, he used to get guns from Bumpy Johnson for Robert Williams down in North Carolina to fight the Klan. And they used to work with Fidel Castro and Che Guevara. These are my people. Malcolm X used to stay with my cousin in Ghana when he visit. My cousin's wife was a doctor who saved Maya Angelou's son's life when he broke his neck.
Wow.
In Africa. She saved his life. These are the people I come from. It's in my blood. My great-grandfather killed a white man for disrespecting his mama. You know, so, you know, we all got that. But I'm saying, if you love anybody more than yourself, you don't deserve to live. You don't deserve to be successful. You don't deserve to reproduce. We don't need your type around. We need you to get off the planet as soon as possible. But the only problem black folks have is that you love these white folks at all costs. You fight. Look, we got the Armistice Day, whatever, Veterans Day coming up November 11th, right? Black folks, the most decorated unit from America during World War I was the 369th Regiment, which was known as the New York National Guard 15th Regiment. They were disowned by their own government, but they was under fire longer than any regiment from America for 191 straight days. Never lost the ground to the enemy. Highest decorated unit from America. You had Sergeant Henry Johnson, took on about 20 Germans by himself. Was denied his Medal of Honor for decades. Just got it recently. Not too long. He's dead. Denied his pension and benefits and everything. James Reese Europe, first black man to lead troops in the battle during World War I. He brought jazz to Europe. This black man brought jazz to Europe. Changed the game and got killed when he came back home by one of his own drummers, May 9th, 1919 in Boston doing a concert. Lieutenant James Reese Europe. But we fought every war for these people. We fought in every war. We fought in the American Revolutionary War. We fought in the French and Indian War. We fought in every war for this country, for this republic. And we still talking about, we sick, boss. We're going to make the world safe for black folks. Forget democracy. We're going to make the world safe for us. We should be a protected class of people. Everybody, even illegals, are protected. Black men tell me we got to protect. I said, you can't protect your ass. You can't protect your family.
But I got a better one for you, Ron. Where have all the jobs been?
That's a good question.
Where have they went? Did they just disappear? Because people are applying, but they're not getting to work.
Well, they automated. See, this is what they're doing. They're automating stuff. They artificial intelligence. All the movies been watching, iRobot, Terminator, all this stuff.
Getting you ready for the future.
Right. And also they eliminated people too. Right. But they getting rid of, it's like Hunger Games, you got Terminator going on, iRobot, you got all these, They Live, you got all these different movies actually playing off right now. They downsizing the population and they're making people dumb down where they can control them. We need critical race thinkers, not theory. I never learned about Black history in my school. I learned all my Black history from reading in my grandma's Black History Encyclopedia, from listening to the elders, from going to the museums, from checking out library books and reading them on my own. I never learned no real Black history from school. School is not responsible for teaching you knowledge yourself. That's for your family, for your village. That's for your people at home to teach you that.
But you know what? The educators that come on my show, Kera Dangerous Talk, said literacy is the Black children's #1 issue.
Of course.
Is the level that they read on.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that issue, and we also have an issue of listening. We don't listen enough. We need to go back to teaching our children. Okay, you said you listen to the elders, but before you could listen to the elders, somebody had to teach you to respect the elders. Okay,
yeah, we don't have that. Yeah,
you have to start with respecting the elders and understanding why you respect them. Don't just say respect them. You tell your children why they get respect.
Right.
Then once the respect is understood, then you can listen, because now you understand the process. And it's just as simple as that. You know, stop being these kind of parents that just are screaming at your children. Put something in their heads. I just had to say that. You know, that's a big way I grew up, is just respecting the elders, and you do learn so much from them. They've been through it before you've been through it.
Yeah, you know, you saying now, thinking about Dr. Carter G. Woodson, who was the second person to get a PhD, a second Black person alleged to get a PhD from Harvard. The historian who started Negro History Week became Black History Month. When he was a young kid, the elders will make sure he get the newspapers and he'll be reading to them, because a lot of them were functionally illiterate. But they would encourage him, hey, read that newspaper to us, boy. What did it say? And then he build his confidence with dealing with our people. And also, you know what I'm saying? We got to feed into each other. It takes intergenerational collaboration. I agree with you wholeheartedly, but I can't blame the kids. I can't blame Frankenstein for being Frankenstein. I put that on Dr. Frankenstein. So the elders ain't teaching nobody shit, because a lot of them shaking their ass. They don't know shit. It's like an idiocracy. They don't know nothing. How can they teach me something if they don't know nothing?
Well, that must be the new elders, because the elders I grew up around, they knew a little something. I mean, sometimes they would be afraid to get information about different things depending on what it was about. Still having some of that, you know, that race trauma going. I mean, that trauma from just, you know, being told what to do by white folks or whatnot. But, you know, for the most part, I think we had some okay elders. I mean, if trying to get into that, they set us up wrong, you know, thing.
I can't put it all, but I mean, they didn't. If they knew better, they would do better. But you look at after the Civil War, Black folks was able to close the literacy gap faster than any group of people in the country. Within 20 years, most of Black folks in America after slavery or after the Civil War were literate. Because we value education more than they do. Because we do it wrong. I remember when people say you gotta be smarter than them. They're not smarter than you. They're just more ruthless.
I just don't understand what went
smarter
wrong.
than them, and they're not that smart. They just more ruthless.
Well, what the hell went wrong? I mean, Ron, because even at the convention, someone said, you know, I think it was Rilla brought up, and you know it. If you watching this channel, you know it. The Moors taught the Europeans how to bathe and take care of themselves. Yeah. And you know, everyone who's Black always think they were a king and queen, but let me just tell you, no, everybody couldn't be a king and a queen. You know, somebody was a slave, somebody was the joker. You know, is a lot of more decks in that card than the king and the queen. But my point is, it's like, how did it go wrong, Ron? How were we so smart and then it just went to the wayside? Because
we're a spiritual, humane people. We the original people. We got a spirit and humanity. We the first teachers and builders of civilization. So we don't mind sharing what we know. Like with Mansa Musa, he's, you talking about Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and all these cats. Mansa Musa, he had that money, he would commit suicide. The man was the wealthiest person who ever lived. But no, he was spreading the wealth around. He was destroying people's economies.
Have we even got a movie for this guy yet? There hasn't even been a movie for him yet, has there?
I haven't been a movie for him, but they'll probably make him white, like they made Hannibal and all the Egyptian gods and stuff. They make them white, like they made the cowboys. No good while no white man go around getting called no boy. That was a Black person called boy.
Now, Ron, that's a good point right there. That's a good point.
Ain't no white person get called boy. Yeah, that bullshit. But anyway, I tell people Black history is better than science fiction, or stranger than science fiction, and better than Hollywood. But we got to have an imagination for our imaginations. We shouldn't live our lives always responding or reacting to white folks' BS or coon stupidity. You should live your life on your terms. You should manifest what you want. You should spend all your life exhausting, trying to get people to see what you see. You should do you and forget all that and leave your legacy.
And that's what I'm saying. So, like I had a CEO of a company on my show season 1, and she works for a nonprofit, and she used to work for Essence or Ebony, one of them. And she held a big job with them, and she was just saying when she brings in young people, that's what her company is about, working with young people in the nonprofit and help them understand the arts. She said she doesn't treat them like, oh, thank you, I'm happy to be here. She tells them to act like they deserve to be there.
You belong. That's right. That's how you do it.
And the reason that I'm bringing that up is because so many times we, as Black people, we go on these jobs and they want us to dim our light.
That's right.
To work there. Okay. They want us to dim. I mean, I know I'm not just talking out the air. I know y'all feel what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Amen.
We have to so many times dim our light because if we don't, we're too aggressive. We say it too much, or we rubbing people the wrong way.
That's right.
And they start to call you paranoid. When they do that, I know I'm on to something.
That's right.
I'm on to something.
Keep on scheming.
You know how many white women I've seen on the workforce be able to come in and lead right away?
Yeah.
And it's looked at, I talk about this all the time, and it's looked at as, oh, she's a leader, but let me do it.
Right.
She's bossy. She's this, she's that. And I might not even have said a word, just silent confidence. And it makes them unravel. Has anybody else experienced this?
Yeah, definitely.
When is it ever going to be okay for Black folks to just be?
When we stop caring about what white folks think about us. That's when it's going to be okay.
That's why I live my life like Paul Mooney run.
Yeah, that's right. Ain't about that.
Young and white.
That's right. There you go.
Then you can be free.
That's right.
Then you can be free. Paul Mooney, baby, I wish I could just what's the word? Resurrect you. Okay, because then he spit some facts. Some of them comedians be right on point, man. When is it ever going to be okay for a Black person to have a voice and it not be a threat? When is it ever going to be okay for a Black person to have a hairstyle that they've been having for centuries, since the beginning of time? When is it going to be okay for it to be okay?
When you stop caring about if they think it's okay, and stop caring about what everybody. Just do you. Let's build a relationship with you. Be confident in you. Talking about being comfortable in your skin. Be willing to stand on them hard principles by yourself.
But be willing to be
alone for the right reason
too. Be willing to be outdoors too, because Dave Chappelle was right. Keeping it real go wrong. Okay, keeping it real will put you in a unemployment line. Okay,
well,
keeping it real will put some lint in your pockets. I'm just telling you, Ron. We got to tell them the other side of that. We got.
Here's the thing: like in perpetuity. That's the word. In perpetuity. That's the phrase. No, but Dave Chappelle, he walked away from $50 million years ago. He's cancel proof. You know what I'm saying? He got enough money in the bank, whatever, where he could say he speak his mind and he could disappear for a while. He ain't worried about that. But he know that at the end of the day, you got to answer to yourself. You got to be able to live with yourself. Forget what everybody else got to say and what they think about what you do. You got to be able to deal with yourself. Are you a best friend or are you a worst enemy towards yourself? These are questions that people need to ask for themselves. It don't make a difference if they understand if you don't understand you.
Yeah.
You know, and my thing is like Black folks look for everybody to be the leader. Nick Cannon ain't qualified. Ain't no disrespect to Nick Cannon. He's like a decent guy, but I don't need no Malcolm X or Dr. King or Medgar Evers to lead me. I need to lead me. I need to be me. I don't need no consensus when it comes to dealing with me. I need to be okay with me. I don't need nobody to check in on me. I need to check in on me and do the things I need to do. But don't let nobody else define your story. You tell your story on your own terms. You define your life is your movie. You make it what you want to make it. Stop worrying about if people going to get it. And like people say, well, you want to say, I'm not interested in saving everybody. I'm sorry. People got to die. We got to lose a lot of people. I don't care. It's like when you go fishing, a fisherman ain't going to bring every fish home. You're going to throw some of those back. I don't want every fish. I don't want every type of so-called Black person to be with me. It's a lot of confusion. Black folks are confused. We are programmed to be Stockholm syndrome, right? We are programmed for that.
$25, folks. This
That's right. But look, think about it.
Shirts
Black
are
folks,
on sale. Kera Danger.
right.
I'm still
Get
getting
your
the
Coonan, no
website
Coonan shirt.
ready. You will
Give me
see
some.
the post. You will see the post. You can get this shirt in white or black. Represent the brand. Kera Danger's top logo here. Know the Coonan. Let people know how you feel. It's a movement. Sorry, Ronnie.
No. I was saying, like, you know, people, black folks so into a cult of personality. Jim Jones had a lot of black followers for a reason. Y'all keep on wanting. Is it Dane Calloway? Is it Judge Joe Brown? Is it Kwame Brown? Is it any other Browns? Is it, you know, Tariq, not Sheedy, Mink Slide, Dr. Umar? I don't listen to these cats, man. I don't have no problem with them, but I just don't spend a lot of time. I listen to my own right mind. I'm like the loneliest monk. He talk about Coltrane. Coltrane keep on chasing shit. Everything I need is inside of me.
Well,
let me
say this, Ron. I do agree with that theory, but like a therapist would tell you, you know, having time alone is good. But sometimes, wait, do you hear? Do I have echo coming?
No, I don't hear anything.
Okay,
I don't hear it.
Okay.
People saying they hear echoes.
Well, no, I was hearing echo back, so sorry about that. But shit, sorry, y'all. What was I saying? So
it's good to be alone sometimes, but it's
good to be alone sometimes. But sometimes you need somebody to bounce ideas off of to keep you sane. So I agree with you. You got to be able to be by yourself, right? But also, it's okay sometimes listening to somebody else, listening to another idea, because we don't have to be right about the same things, okay? We don't have to agree on the same things, but sometimes just listening to a different perspective gives you a different perspective and open your eyes to what you didn't see before. Like, I've listened to people who I don't even like, because you also got to know how the enemy works.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, but I don't have a problem with, I can say, a human savior sometimes. Of course, I'm a believer in Christ, but I don't have a problem with the Martin Luther Kings and Malcolm X's. I love them, and I don't expect them to be faultless men. But I also have to use that guide that my father gave me. See, it's just like the priest. God never said that you stop thinking about him just because he has a messenger here that's helping to give his message. Okay, so I can still listen, but still follow my own self too. And hopefully some of those jewels that I was able to get from somebody else helps me along my journey. So that's the way I look at it. I'm just going off of what you said, but that's my view of it.
My thing is, the reason why I say what I say is, don't stop putting people on pedestals, man. They're human. Like you just said, they're human. People say I'm disappointed. So why are you disappointed? Because they suck toes and eat pussy. Okay. But what about the message, Joe? I love that message, but the fact that what they got to do with it. If your mailman's a crackhead, if he deliver your mail on time, deliver what you're supposed to get in your mailbox, who gives a damn he's a crackhead but the mailman? And the mailman don't care he's a crackhead, long as he do his job. Stop putting the messenger on a pedestal. Focus on the message. It's like when Malcolm used to say, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, then he started saying, well, this is what I think. So I'm more impressed with what you think, bro. And not what the guy you put on the pedestal thinks, but what you actually think.
Now, see, I differ a little bit. Like, you just use a P word. I wish you wouldn't, because what if a child want to watch this?
Well, I mean, meow. I'm sorry.
But from what I subscribe to, a name, a title means a lot. So if you tell me that you're this important person and you want to be there for the people, then I'm looking for you to have some type of integrity, to have some type of moral compass. I don't want to just follow behind just anybody, okay? I want you to be able to be moral, have some kind of moral compass. I hear what you're saying, Brother Ron, but I'm just explaining what I would be looking for. I do look for those people who want to be leaders, who actually be decent people. You got to, because if they're not decent people, then how the hell can they be teaching us anything that we're really going to benefit from if they're not even decent themselves? Because then I'm going to start thinking, what is their true intentions with the work that they're trying to do? That's why I honestly try to think about everything that I'm putting out at this point, because I want to keep my integrity. I want people to know my heart is in the right place. And it does matter whether you think it does or not. Image is a big thing. Image is how we get these people in office, and then later people complaining because they've been fooled. The wolves have been taken, or the sheet has been taken off of their eyes. It's important to me that people who say they're good people are good people, and it should be important to you too.
I mean, like, this is the thing. A broke clock is right. How many times a day? Twice a day. We got to stop following people and look at the message and the works and the receipts. See, the problem with politics, the voting thing, is a popularity contest. It has nothing to do with the receipts or the actualities of the situation. We keep on wanting to be deceived. Like, you got the you got Pretty Evil, right? And Ugly Beauty. Pretty Evil, Ugly Beauty. People rather be deceived than to be told the truth. People hate the truth teller. People hate actual reality of a situation. We want to be lulled to sleep. We want to sleepwalk and throughout our entire existence. We don't want to be held accountable for anything. If Jesus came back in the flesh and told you do right, screw you, Jesus. Who the hell are you? I'm the Son of God. Well, I don't give a damn, you Son of God. You can't tell me how to live and what to do. See, the moral compass is a personal thing. I got a moral code. Society does not dictate my moral code. I have my own sense of integrity. If you actually have a sense of morality and your own code and compass, you're not looking for people to agree with it. There's a lot of things that look like I'm doing wrong, but it could be for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? On the outside, popular opinion, it looks horrible what Brother Ron is doing. But you look at the end result, oh, okay, it worked out. Okay, I see. But then, like, you got to do stuff a lot of times where you're not going to be in the popularity lane. It's like you look at somebody like Dave Chappelle. He's popular and controversial. That's rare. Cat Williams, popular and controversial. Brother Ron, I'm not popular. I'm just tolerated because I refuse to go away. I'm tenacious. I'm stubborn. I got tenacity. I'm consistent. I'm persistent. I'm insistent. You're not going to get rid of me that easy. That's the only reason. It don't have because I got all the support and love and the respect of the people. It's because I'm doing things in spite of not getting all the love and respect of the people. I remember Medgar Evers was walking around Jackson. You had Negroes that he was trying to help. They'll walk across the street to get away from Medgar Evers. They'll walk. They didn't want to acknowledge Medgar. When Medgar died, his wife said, I was more mad at the black folks than I was at the white people. Because how they disrespected my husband. They want no part of Medgar while he was living. Now he's a martyr and all this BS. But they want, he was just 37. But what I'm saying is, like he told his wife, there's no point to hating anybody because they don't really care if you hate them or not. They're not thinking about you like that. But yeah, you let your life get consumed by the actions or inactions of other people. The way I move is by solutions. Most people want to talk about stuff and complain about stuff. When I look at social media with black people, a lot of us get around and talking and complaining and bringing down each other. Nobody really working on solutions. It's us out here working on solutions, but we're not always on social media talking about it. We're not always trying to chase the likes and the support of people that we never met before. We work with folks that got like minds, that got our interests. You know, we work in sales across the country and across the diaspora. We move in silence. So everything I'm doing ain't for everybody's consumption. I'm not trying to save all black people. I'm trying to reach the right black folks that I was meant to reach.
Well, let me say this, and we can move on if you want, but right is right, wrong is wrong. And then we got all that in between. Okay. That's just how I feel. That's just how I
think that's in the eye of the beholder, though. One man's terrorist, another man's freedom fighter.
No.
Villains and good people are interchangeable.
And I'm going to use one example, and I'm going to be done with it. Like I've said previously, and I'm not moving back from this point, we all have to be on the same subconscious. We all have to have the same moral compass about some things. Okay, let me explain. We all have to know that sleeping with a child is wrong. There cannot be a discussion about that. Okay, if I'm 30, I can't sleep with a 5-year-old. There cannot be any room for, let me think about it. But maybe he's doing that to teach them how sex is going to be when they get older. No, it's wrong. There cannot be any different thoughts about sleeping with animals. It's wrong. It's disgusting. It's nasty. It's wrong. It's an abomination. It's bad. No, you can't say, well, they have sex organs too. Why can't I sleep with them? They have feelings too. No, we have to all collectively know it's wrong, Ron. See, the thing that you're talking about is that thing what humans want to do. Ego. You want to do what you want to do. But that is a moral compass. I don't care what religion you are. You can just follow the 10 commandments for goodness sakes and live a good life. Okay? You have to have some decency in your life. I don't care what you say. If you would have told me that, okay, let's say, just for example, if you said, and not to get into any of that real life stuff, if you said Malcolm X did something really horrible, okay? But yet he was still able to give good speeches. Okay. Just like R. Kelly can sing really good. Can't nobody take his singing away.
Right.
But you know the filth he did. So I get your point in that. But what I'm telling you is it doesn't take away the fact that right is right and wrong is wrong. You can't, and don't even try to make that right because you want to do wrong. Just do wrong. But do me a favor. You do that. You keep your dirt over there. Okay? That's the problem. Everybody want everybody to know that dirt these days. And I get it. What comes in the dark, what happens in the dark comes into the light. But people just want all that little sexual fantasies. They want all that skeletons. They want to put it all out for display now. That's not the same thing as working through your skeletons. You don't have to put your skeletons on display to work through them. What happened to decency? It's important, Ron. And we won't be able to unify if we don't understand how we all have to be on some of the same moral wavelengths. It's got to happen. Right is wrong. Right is right. Excuse me. Wrong is wrong. That's it.
I mean, I hear you about your moral compass. That's your personal opinion. I mean, look at, we got Rachel Levine.
Run.
Look, I'm saying, look at where we at though. Look at Rachel Levine.
Wrong. Wrong is not a personal opinion. Is sleeping with a child not wrong? It's not going to be right tomorrow.
Well, people say, well, 5-year-old, yeah. 15, 16, I don't know. Depends what state or what country you from. Child brides. You know, you got child brides. I mean, different countries. That goes
back to your own words. Let's say if it is legal in the state, you're gonna just let me use your words. The white man, just because he made it, just because he passed a law to say it's right, don't mean it's right.
Morally, maybe not, but like
doesn't mean it's right, Ron.
But law has nothing to do with morality, though. Laws have nothing to do with morality. It has nothing to do with morality.
You know I love you, but when it comes to these topics, we just don't see the same.
Laws are not about morality, though. Laws are not about. It's about enforcement.
Bringing the laws up because you brought them up.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but the thing about it is, you got to have your own code. John Brown had to be his own man when they say slavery was okay. John Brown sacrificed himself and his family to fight against the evil. He saw it as a moral evil, but the society did not see slavery as a moral evil. Like he said, if I was fighting on behalf of the wealthy, y'all make me a hero. But because I'm fighting on behalf of the slave, I'm a bad guy.
Okay, so the majority didn't see slavery as wrong. But guess what? Morally, it's wrong. And the slavery that they were talking about, that people like to bring up in the holy books, it wasn't the type of slavery that they had us go through.
Well, anyway. Look, this form of slavery is rare because, you know, you had people that were prisoners of war, that they were, you know, from war, they were slaves. There was indentured service for a little bit, but they was able to marry or be rehabbed into those societies back in the day. But this slavery, that has kept you in an inhumane. You just no better than a dog or property. You were never allowed to reintegrate into society, so to speak, as a citizen.
Well, let me explain something, and then you know, whatever. I think the most of the time, besides people saying what other people do that makes them not want to go to church, and I'm not a big person that goes to church all the time. I did growing up. But it's the people who confuse people. It's the people who confuse people.
Okay.
Because the word will be right, but a person will read it wrong, translate it wrong, won't read in the spirit, and they'll blame the whole organization. So if you're not right inside, It starts with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not where you need to be inside, your perception is going to be off. It's like you almost got to give yourself a tune up.
Yeah.
You have to be morally right within yourself to, I don't know, it depends on what you're doing it for.
Okay.
What I do, I'm doing it for God.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to keep myself centered. Because you know why? When you have God and he resonates all through you, I had somebody on my show that said when he tried to do wrong, he couldn't do it because that's how much God was in him. He couldn't take it. I can go try to do something right now. You could go tell me to go sell myself on the street right now, Ron, but I wouldn't feel right doing it.
Okay.
Because my moral compass would say no. Now I can make the decision to do it, but because I built my foundation on Christ and on my knowing of the Almighty, the Alpha and the Omega, his spirit is always going to send me a caution to say, baby girl, you can make that decision, that human decision.
All right.
But your moral compass that I gave you is telling you is not right because it's either wrong, Ron, or it's right.
But it's your moral compass. That's not society saying that. You got to say that.
That's why I said it begins with you.
Yeah, I agree with that. Not society. Society is amoral. They ain't anything but
it
moral.
Begins with you.
Thank you, Key BJ, for the support, man. We appreciate you.
I know.
He loving it. Hey, thank you, King BJ. We appreciate you.
Oh, yes.
No, I agree with you on that, but you can't let society tell you what's right or wrong. You got to find out for you. You got to have the discernment for yourself. How come Nat Turner and Harry Tubman and Frederick Douglass knew they ain't supposed to be slaves? But so many people thought they were. Look, I met a guy who said he was a runaway slave. I was at Shoke Lumumba's funeral down in Jackson, Mississippi.
Really?
Yeah, he escaped from slavery back in the early 50s. See, this is deep in Mississippi. His parents and his siblings, they were all slaves, but for some reason he feel like there's something more outside this plantation. So by the time he was 17, I wish I recorded him. He ran away from home. His siblings did not want to leave until I guess the master died and they got evicted off the property. But by him leaving, he was able to start a new life, got married, had his own carpentry business. His kids all became professionals. One worked as a producer at NBC, I believe. The other one was a nurse and some other things. But we had this, I wish I had recorded him, but this is back in the middle of the 20th century. He said he was a runaway slave. And slavery never was abolished. Why did we got the prisons? 13th Amendment did not abolish slavery.
Thank you for bringing that up, Ron. Yeah. I started watching this amazing documentary. Look, guys, if you ever tap into these documentaries on these TVs, okay, you're missing out. And it was explaining about how after all the black folks were freed, I forgot the man's name, this white man, he owned coal mines. And they started purposely stopping black people, black men especially, and started saying that they did crimes and they would give them more time than they actually needed to have. And they would take the prisoners and they would make them go work the coal mines. And from a lot of their experiences, they said it was worse than slavery, Ron. It was horrific, making them pull grass with their hands, working all day and night in the coal mines.
I like Slavery by Another Name, based on the Douglas Blackmun book. Yeah, the document Slavery by Another Name. Yeah, this is after the Civil War. Yeah.
No, I don't know if it's that one, but it does.
We're down in Birmingham or Alabama somewhere. Does it say that?
No, I have to let you know after we get off of here because it was a good documentary. It was hard to watch, and because it's just sad. They had to step their feet into liquids. They didn't know what was down there. They breathing in all these fumes. Not being able to see their family, and just one man he asked, he tried to run away. And they threatened him with just shooting him right there on the spot. And because he said he just couldn't take it anymore. He had no more left to give. I wish I didn't know the name of this documentary because you guys need to watch this. I'm gonna have to.
I know it's a book like Douglas Blackmun, this white guy, wrote called Slavery by Another Name. It talks about how they railroaded black men into slavery back in the days, leasing them out to corporations like prisons
Yes,
down in
that's
Alabama and
exactly
stuff like
it.
that.
And they
Yeah, so I
made
mean,
them
but we've
build the
been
railroads and
yeah,
things.
build
Yes,
railroads in prison
yes,
on some BS. You know what
yes.
I'm saying? But that our people been catching hell like that forever. And yet we have empathy and compassion for everybody else, but nobody has empathy and compassion for so-called black folk. They tell us to get over it. And the reason why we can't get over it because well, we can or whatever, we suppress it because we love white folks at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
You don't love yourself enough to seek justice for your ancestors and for your future generations. You don't deserve to have a chance. Don't tell me about no voting. Voting is not the most important political thing we can do. We can invest in lobbyists that are going to get people in positions of policy making that will give us our so-called reparations.
But Ron, I was just thinking last night. Do you remember a couple years ago on TV, it was still people in slavery, and we couldn't do anything about it?
Well, I was talking about the dude that ran away, you know, but I'm saying we all, it's different forms of slavery. We all just dealing with mental slavery.
This was physical. This was people in cages, our own brown people, remember? And, and all we could do was make posts on social media. We had no way to know how we could gather any sort of resources to help these people. And then it just disappeared from the news.
Well, the problem, you know, the problem with us is we have no sovereign entity that stands by us. When Malcolm, before he died, the reason why he kept on going over to Africa was to get some backup for black folks in America. You know, when they used to lynch Italians and Chinese immigrants in this country, the United States government had to pay reparations or restitutions to their country of origin. When black folks getting killed like we got killed over these decades and centuries, the United States did not have to answer to anybody about what they were doing to us. We, to this day, with Sandra Bland, we should have got a definitive answer about what really happened to Sandra Bland. That happened 6 years ago. Katrina happened about 16 years ago. You got black folks that still missing from Katrina. We're not respected. We're a clown show.
And
you know,
guys, when your people go to jail, get them out. Sandra Bland's family.
Yeah, but who believed that she committed suicide over the weekend like that?
But Ron, they didn't have enough money, and I get it. I think she needed like $500. They didn't have it. They asked, but they also they said they wasn't in a rush to get her out. Get your people out of jail if you got the money. If it's not a lie, do whatever you got to do. Get them out, because you don't know what's going to happen to them, especially if that's not an environment that they're used to being in. Did you not know that, Ron? They took their time getting her out.
Yeah, but like the Khalif brother guy, the brother that got locked up in Rikers Island, the young guy who committed suicide.
I know you're talking about. Jay-Z did a story on him.
Yeah, but here's the thing: black folks ain't taking serious because we don't got. Look, I want to say it the right way. We're not a threat. If black folks, if bodies stop dropping, let's say people do you wrong, and folks, hey, these folks that do the black folks like that, they end up getting disappeared and something happened to them. I bet stuff stopped. See, we don't do nothing in defense of ourselves. We fight for this country, right or wrong. This country will rape your mama, and you still enlist in the army to defend this republic and their right to rape your mama. So, black folks confused. That's why I said moral compass is a personal thing.
$25.
Yeah.
No coon.
Stop being confused. Stop being, because black folks, it's a contradiction thing. Like, it's a bunch of hypocrisy where you kill poor people. You can't spell their name or their country of origin. You don't know where their country is located on the map. But yet you allow the same folks that say that your enemy overseas become your bosses in your neighborhood. They control your stores. It's like with
what's going on now? Hell.
Yeah, but you know where that girl got killed, Latasha Hollins.
Yes,
up in LA. Don't you know that woman had a reputation for pulling guns on black kids?
Yes, I do.
And the black parents, that place should have been burnt down. They should have been ran out of the town. Black folks put up with so much BS. My mama, in her neighborhood growing up, there were two well-known child predators, two well-known people that was preying on black boys. One was a prominent college professor in our community. Other one, his sister was luring black boys into their homes where he could rape them. You had this going on. Everybody knew who these people were, but they were protected. This is back in the 60s and stuff, in the 70s. That's why my mama and them did not want me to spend the night. They didn't want us to stay overnight in people's homes, but they never told us about what happened to our uncle.
Wow.
Until later. But then my grandma wanted to do something about what happened to my uncle Arthur. He passed on from HIV/AIDS back in 2003 at the age of 40. But
hard to hear that.
Thank you. The principal and the teacher They told my grandma, don't go to the authorities. Just keep them away. By them saying that this dude was allowed to molest and rape more boys. And his sister was bringing the boys to him. You know, and then we had a college professor that worked at the HBCU here that was known for paying boys to cut his grass or clean his home. He'll chase around and get their booty. So black folks knew this. And black folks did nothing to stop this. So don't tell me about no R. Kelly. This y'all bunch of hypocrites, y'all bunch of bullshitters. You know, because it's been okay for a long time. This has been okay for a long time. That's what I'm saying. So where's the morality in there? They all go to church. Dude was on the board of the church. He was a deacon, the college professor. He was a deacon at a church. Don't tell me about the morality and about that.
But you're doing exactly what people do. Those are people. That's not.
Yeah, but people are institutions. They
but
make
the
the
devil
rules
goes to church, Ron.
He should have been ran out. He should have been killed.
If devils can be outside the church, they can be inside the church.
I agree. I don't go to church.
They can be in, they can be out, they can be out, they can be in.
They
So why
people,
do people,
right. Yeah.
why do people want to judge the church for having a devil show up when the devil
Well, you look at the Vatican though. The Vatican rape. Look, the Vatican was having orgies with the priests and the nuns. They molest all them boys for centuries. And yeah, you got over 1 billion followers. You sacrifice your boy's booty hole for the Holy See.
Yeah, you have to ask those Catholics.
Now I'm saying, think about how lunatic it is, or R. Kelly's bad though. Y'all bringing him the girls, but R. Kelly the bad guy. He'll go into the nursery school getting these people out the goddamn cradle. Look, I went to high school. I went to gym. I had girls that I knew in 8th grade. They were dating dudes 30-something years old. Their parents okay with it. Outside the high school, you had the cops, the police, the teachers. They had dudes that graduated from high school 8 years ago picking up girls in their Grand Cherokee Jeep, take them to the mall, get them some Jordans, some McDonald's, and screwing them to sideways to Sunday. Nobody said a damn thing. So don't tell me about no R. Kelly. He was going to that school because his music teacher was helping him write his songs. They were bringing him them girls. So how is he? This man was like Al Capone and Jeffrey Epstein all put together. I'm tired of the hypocrisy of black people full of shit.
Ron, are we doing anything?
I mean, I don't mean to curse on your platform, but I mean, it is bullshit. You love white folks to your own detriment. You get what you deserve. Biden only giving you what you want. How do you want it? How does it feel? Both Democrat, black, and a black man. Yeah. How do you want it? How you want it, boy? How y'all want it? Yeah. Y'all like that shit.
And black folks still trying to make excuses for them.
I ain't making you. I saw the people. I ain't gonna say their name.
On my page.
You out there. All this got a manifesto and dissertation. I think they ain't y'all love white folks till it hurts. Y'all want to get burned by white folks. Y'all
another good topic, real quick, is I've started to watch another program about agents. About how so many people were paid off, celebrities, black, to push drugs on us, opioids.
Right. Malcolm warned us. I mean, everybody mad at Malcolm. He told them about them court justice. He told y'all.
Ron, so we know throughout history we have agents. So why don't people believe us now when we say these celebrities, they're getting paid to be democratic, to get out there and push this person on you, to hustle? They're hustlers. We see 50 Cent's hustle. He hustling right now. He's still showing y'all all these shows about the drug dealers who poison our communities, who helped tear down Harlem and all our places where we were having black renaissances, and we love it. I can't lie. I do like a gangster movie here and there.
America is a gangster story. We all love gangster movies. We all love the gangster stuff.
Yeah.
They said they don't know how to make good gangster movies anymore. That's another show, though. I was just like, this is very disappointing. They can't make no
I know you had some stuff to say about that, though. The mob stories and whatnot.
Well, I'll talk about the recent death of A.L.L. Martinez.
Oh,
whose life story led to the Paid in Full movie. Now, Paid in Full is actually a good movie. It's kind of like the hip hop hood version of Goodfellas. It holds up.
Yeah.
Well acted, great script. But I think the original script was written by AZ, one of Alpo's partners in crime, along with Rich Porter. My thing is, like, Alpo, he got killed on Halloween, right? I actually have some some empathy for Alpo. I know people say he's a monster, but he was a sociopath. He played the game the way he had to play it. And all those guys are snitches. Whitey Bulger, Lucky Luciano used to snitch from my honor. All them snitching.
Well,
Ain't no honor among thieves, man. All them snitches. And
yeah, because it starts off as brotherly love, then it becomes I have to survive.
Right.
It's survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fittest, or the illest, or the killers, or the ruthless, whatever.
You have no friends in the game.
No, there's none. And like, if you hear Alpo, it's worth listening to Alpo in his own words. It's amazing. Because he liked these folks, but he said it's cheaper to kill them. Instead of me paying these folks back, let me just kill them.
But you know what though, he got too comfortable, Ron. He forgot the Reaper was out for him. He was seen around Harlem riding motorbikes.
He wanted to get killed though. He
was a nice looking man too.
Yeah, I mean, Cameron did a great job playing.
White teeth.
Yeah, he's a very charismatic.
Yeah, I forgot he was a gangster for a while. I'm like, brother, look good, okay.
But he had a death wish though. He had a death wish. He wanted to die like that. He wanted to die like that.
He probably wanted to be notorious.
Yeah. He did. He went out the way he's supposed to go out, because he felt, he couldn't escape his past. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Sammy the Bull Gravano, Gotti's right-hand man or underboss. He out there making money all types of ways in social media. He ain't in New York though doing that. He's somewhere else.
Right.
He's somewhere else. What's up? But our people, man, that's not the way for us to go though. That gangsterism stuff don't work out for us unless we gangsterize or terrorizing white people.
Yeah, we got the gangster stuff from them. I know I've heard that a lot.
Yeah. Like Chicago always been a gangster town. Al Capone them used the machine gun first in Chicago. The drive-by was done by the white gangsters, not the black ones.
We got to stop being copycats too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff black people didn't used to do that we do now. Because you used to hear school shooter, and you used to say, not us, not us. But now we starting to do stuff we didn't used to do either.
We've been in the programming by social media. We all potential Manchurian candidates. We all get triggered by stuff. Like when they show Black Lives snuff porn, it triggers a lot of us. Like Ahmaud Arbery, a lot of us got upset about that. And we want to do things to ourselves and other people, even George Floyd, all that stuff. We've been programmed and conditioned to respond and react in certain ways. It's like with our music, it took the love out the music. Man, we had Tim Priest perform last week. Some of the stuff I heard they song back in the day, hip hop sample, but they killed the love in it. They killed the love. And they knew what they was doing back in the 80s and stuff. They knew exactly what they was doing.
Yeah.
And you're a musician, you're a rapper.
Yeah.
Jay-Z song about crack dealing, right? Selling poison to his people. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, at the same time, Tina got in it, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, as an individual, but I mean, you look at, they always use musicians to push the drug thing. Even in the music, you go back to the jazz songs back in the 20s and 30s, they were talking about smoking weed.
Well, my whole point is to say that if we know that can be true, then why don't people understand that these people are being used to push even bigger agendas?
Because people don't care about changing the system. They want to be a part of the system. If you tell them all the bad things some of these billionaires be doing, they don't care. They want to be billionaires, so they could do bad things too. People are full of shit.
Yeah, I got a song called.
They don't want a piece of the pie. Remember Occupy Wall Street? Remember that over 10 years ago? It didn't say demolish Wall Street, defund Wall Street. We want to be a part of Wall Street. We want to occupy the country club. So you don't want no goddamn change. They're going to benefit everybody. So stop with the bullshit. And we don't have to have no conference about black folks. Y'all love white folks too much. That's the goddamn problem. Excuse me. That's the only problem. That's the only problem.
Yeah, somebody wrote in the comments saying it was racist to call it all black conference. But you know what? Dr. Boyce.
Black folks can't be racist.
Yeah, he spoke on that. So go to his page and you'll see what he said.
Are you confused?
Exactly. Are you confused?
You're confused. No
cooning on this channel.
Black folks can't be racist. We can be prejudiced. That's a human trait. Look, I told people, it blows people's minds when I said black folks all white folks are racist. Racism has nothing to do with hate. It's power, privilege, leverage, access. Racism is not about hate. You could be a racist and not hate black people. You can love black folks and be a racist. Oh, they just like my dog. Here, Leroy, come on here. Get Leroy.
Well,
I like this stuff.
I got a few more people here. I just want to say we came on here to talk about Dr. Boy's convention, and we did. Right. So you can just rewind that later. But if you see above Ron's head, it says Kera Dangerous Live. That is gonna be my new logo for when I go live on YouTube. I'm bringing you even more shows.
That's right.
Intimate interviews with some live performances. I'm looking forward to it. I just came up with the idea and I just put it to work. Bam, there it is. Don't take me that much time. I make it happen. And also, you know, Kera Dangerous Talk will be coming back on Never Leveled at some point for season 3. I don't have a date yet, but I just want to let you guys know that. So make sure you have that app downloaded on your Roku and Fire TV. Also, these beautiful shirts that I have, they are part of the Kera Dangerous Talk brand. You'll see my logo right here. You see a little man coon right here in the center, and it's basically saying no cooning. I need everybody that's a part of this movement to buy one of these shirts. They're for $25 plus shipping. Support your people. You can get it right now in black and white. Also, in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna have some more t-shirt designs being sold. I have some oh, you know what? I lost my camera, but that's okay.
All right, we got jazz hands.
Let's see. Let me see if I can come back.
Okay.
Boom. Okay. Yeah. So I'll have some special cannabis shirts. Not that I'm trying to promote cannabis, but Never Leveled is having a cannabis festival out in California the weekend of Thanksgiving. So I'll be selling some special edition Kera Dangerous Talk cannabis festival shirts that you can find on KeraDangerousTalk.com. If you go there now, the t-shirts, I think they're ready to sell. I was going to launch the website in the morning though, so if you can just wait till tomorrow, KeraDangerousTalk.com. You go right to merch. The rest of the website, I'm still kind of putting it together, but I want y'all to have these shirts. So I'm going to go ahead and open the website so you guys can get them and that you can wear them. You can send me pictures to my Instagram at Kera Dangerous, and I will post you. I promise. Thank you.
Give me a shirt, most definitely. This is excellent.
Ronnie is crazy. I agree, Al.
Human salvation lies in the hands of the creatively maladjusted. MLK. Hey.
Ron, tell me about your event before we get out of here that you put together. Because I know you put a lot of work into it.
Oh yeah, you talking about the Jimmy Lunsford Legacy Awards, which basically was the crowning jewel event of the 2021 Jimmy Lunsford Jamboree Festival week from October 24th through the 31st. Was honoring a jazz legend and a great in Jimmy Lunsford, who's considered the first high school band director in Memphis City schools for Black children. Also, he is credited with being the father of jazz education. He actually taught jazz studies, the first one in the world in a formal educational setting. And also was the #1 tracks for Black folks at the Cotton Club, the house band, #1 tracks for Black folks at the Apollo Theater. Philanthropist, humanitarian, died under suspect circumstances. They say he was poisoned by a racist restaurant owner up in Oregon back on July 12th, 1947. So I've been doing things to honor his legacy since 2007. So this format we have, we just started doing in 2017. So our home court honorees, like the posthumous king was Unzi Horn Sr., queen posthumous was Madam Florence McCleave. Also, the living king was Bobby Rush, Dr. Bobby Rush,
yes,
the blues man, and Bev Johnson, Queen Bev Johnson, a very prominent and famous and popular Black talk radio personality in Memphis. Our princess was Valerie Brinson's, a music educator and opera singer, and our princes were the Temprees. That's our version of Temptations. Stax artists, amazing show they did. And I think that's it. But basically, we had a lot of live performances, a lot of education. Because we had like a 4-hour event at the Holleran Center next to the Orpheum downtown off of Bill Street in Maine. So we had a lot of infotainment and edutaining and a lot of great music acts. You can go to We All Be TV for some of the highlights. I've been uploading highlights. I will be. But you can see the whole stream show for 4 hours on We All Be TV on YouTube. So it was an amazing night. You know, it's like I feel like I'm King David from the Bible. I never thought I'd be doing the things I'm doing. I always thought I'd be somebody more qualified, more talented, with more resources and better looking doing the things I'm doing now. but God has a great sense of humor. So the marathon continues.
Well, I'm so happy for you, Ron, and I want to thank everybody for joining us. This was my first live I've done, and I needed Ron's assistance. I want to test out this software, especially because we're getting ready for KD Live that's coming soon. I want to make sure I get y'all that same great quality content out. And Ron, I just want to hit the people with, and really after this, we can leave, but just tell them how much work goes into. Well, before we do this, I want y'all to, let me say this first. Make sure you check out the last 2 episodes I posted on this channel, because I mean, run the views up, because I don't know if y'all know about shadow banning, but sometimes they don't give me and Run our correct numbers on YouTube. So it's very important that you tell your friends that subscribe to our channels to make sure you give every video a thumbs up, even if we miss saying it at the beginning of our videos. That helps the algorithm, that helps more people to see us, and helps us to get more views to different audiences. We definitely need that support. We don't take it for granted. Any money you send us on Cash App, we don't take it for granted, because a lot of time people like me and Run and Dr. Randy Short and other people who come on the show who are fighting for Black liberation and other things, as artists and as people, creatives, a lot of times we have to go through a lot of things to get what we're doing done. We don't have the big teams like we need to have. We have to do about 5 or 6 jobs on ourselves by ourselves. I mean, Ron can speak to you. We're editing, we're shooting film, we're taking calls, we're booking guests, we're reading, because we got to know what we're talking about, so y'all won't think we're just some idiots up here. You know, we're watching things, we're praying, and all that takes so much time and energy. So just, we want to thank y'all so much for all the support, even when you hit us and just tell us we appreciate you, or good job, good show, good content. All that really means a lot to us, especially when you may not be making money one day, but just to see a compliment somebody gives you, it just lets you know that you're appreciated. And we're going to continue doing it no matter if you guys give us compliments, but we're just saying thank you so much for the compliments. Thank you for the person who sent me the Cash App. I appreciate it. Very kind. Yeah, so thank you so much. It means a lot. And I know you guys go through it too, so you may not always have, and that's fine. But you can support it in a number of ways. You can tell a friend, you can share a clip, you can share a post, you know, you can leave a comment, and you can definitely hit that like button. It doesn't always take money. So again, you know, if you like what we're doing, just continue to keep supporting us, because we really, really appreciate it. It gets us through the days. And so, Ron, I just want to ask you, do you want to tell people just, you know, a little bit how much it really takes to put on a good show and to be as well read and well abreast of all the things that you are, to be able to just talk history off the top of your head, and the beautiful art that you make and the beautiful shirts that you put out? How much work really goes into that?
I mean, it take a lot of work. You may, like, the thing about professionals, we make the hard stuff look easy. It's all about making stuff look easy. Like, anybody can do this. It's like Sun Ra had this dude come up to him. I love Sun Ra, the jazz mystic, and the dude said, told him, my 5-year-old child could play this. Then Sun Ra said, but can they compose it and write it down and arrange it though? Might be able to play it, but can they compose and arrange and all this? Then he shut up. But my thing is, that's our job, and you really gotta have a passion for what we do. It's a labor of love, because countless of hours that goes into doing this thing. They say in order to be a master or have a mastery of something, it takes about 10,000 hours. So it takes thousands and thousands of hours to do anything or everything that's worth pursuing and worthwhile. So I could put a price tag on them, maybe like if you went to college and you 6 figures in debt or some stuff like that, or if you're behind on some bills. There's a lot of things to go. Just living life, man, because stuff happens. When you make plans, God laughs. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with your family, dealing with crazy relationships, whatever they may be. You're dealing with yourself. It's a lot of things you got to consider when we do the work we're doing. So it's not just entertainment. This is our lifeblood we put into this. We're sacrificing a lot to do this.
And this show has become so meaningful for me. Like, if I'm not doing a show, I just feel kind of lost sometimes. I mean, I really have just grown a love for everything that I'm doing. And so even though sometimes I feel so overwhelmed because I got so much stuff to be doing every single day. So that's why I don't understand when people say they bored, Ron, because it's simply,
I don't see how you do. You ain't living life.
Oh my God. It's so simply, I mean, it's just simple.
Yeah.
Every now and then I may be bored, but I mean, it's just simply too much that needs to be done to be bored. And even if you guys aren't doing what we're doing, whatever you're doing, giving back to society, making the world a better place, just continue to do it and know that we're thankful for you as well. So, Brother Ron, I'm sure we'll get off of here and we'll say, well, we were supposed to talk about this and we didn't, blah, blah, blah.
Hey, it happens.
But
Yeah,
you know the address, Brother Ron, and as always, I appreciate you. If you're not already, this brother got a lot of subscribers. You make sure you go follow him, Ron. Tell them where, Ron, can they reach you?
We All Be TV, one word. We All Be TV on YouTube for why you can.
Yes, and thank you guys again. I appreciate you. Whether you listening to my music or watching this, please subscribe to this channel. Tell a friend. Do what you got to do so we can keep making the content that we need to make. And like Ron always tell y'all, it's the people like us that a lot of times people forget about. So again, that's why we thank y'all. And we out of here, Ron.
Love y'all madly. Thank you.
Ooh, you know I love it when you talk that talk that talk. Ooh, you know Ooh, you know.
Hey, everybody, this is Brother Ron. I am asking you all to do me a big favor. Think about supporting the We All Be movement. Your donation is tax deductible. The We All Be Group Incorporated is a recognized 501c3. And I'm just asking you all because I want to keep on bringing y'all quality work through the way that I know how to do best. And I'm going to sing my praises and toot my horn. A lot of y'all were not hip to Dick Gregory until Brother Ron brought him on the We All Be platform, until that jingle review we did. Y'all seen another side of Judge Joe Brown, and Judge Joe Brown's message has been amplified. But it was We All Be that brought Judge Joe Brown to y'all back in 2014. And so many others. And we covered so many things. So help us out so we can help you all. Peace.